have to do the hand motion. I feel like we always do this little hand motion. I don't know. Who knows? We are a knitting podcast out of Northeast Ohio. We're kind of smattered around a little bit, but today we are in Brecksville area. So hoping we're going to get some snow. We have not had good snow this winter. We had like that week before Christmas.
I like snow.
I want more. I just want the snow days.
I'm all for more because I don't have to drive in it anymore since I work from home.
And if it's going to be cold, I want the snow.
Yes.
Yeah, so like, come on, I want to see the snow. Dandruff in the sky.
Sorry that we like opened our podcast whining. But I'm Jen.
Darcy.
Crystal. Allison.
And this is episode 35 and
Really?
January 21st. So January is sliding away. We are just
I know.
coasting through.
Left.
Yeah,
Crazy.
so we hope you all are well in this brand new year of 2023. I can finally say it. I've been calling 2022 2023 the whole year. I thought it was 2023.
And if you look at our last podcast, she did it there.
I think I am. So there's something about 23. This might be my year. I don't know.
Or it's early dementia, one of these.
Shut up. What's your name again?
Where are we? How did I get here?
So what have y'all been up to? Nothing.
Nothing.
They've been up to nothing. We started our New Year's Eve cast on, so maybe we'll start chatting about that
let's talk
because
about that.
we've all had some kind of crazy journey figuring out.
Okay,
what
I'm going to go first.
There she is. I was waiting. I'm like, come on, Allison. All right,
Get her coffee.
Get your drink. This might be a while.
Yeah, get your popcorn. I had a really hard time with this. I had this lovely yarn that my son had bought me. And then I had this other yarn that I was really interested in using. But anyway, I couldn't decide on a New Year's Eve cast on. And then I did, and I started it, and I didn't like it. And then I started something else, and I didn't like it. And then I said, enough of this. I'm not doing a New Year's Eve
She
cast.
kind of did that.
She did.
Yeah.
She had a little fit. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
I don't know if any of you guys get into this where you like one thing goes after another, and all of a sudden you just want to go. With
You
all
just
my-
want to open the trash and chuck it.
Yeah.
Because you've had enough.
That's what corners of homes are for. You put it in the corner.
So I did away with it. Well, I put it in the corner, and then
So what two patterns did you initially, or what pattern were you initially trying to make with
Vimino.
it? Okay.
which is here.
Is the light on?
Okay, so we're in focus there.
So so I took my son's yarn and I started to do a different pattern with it, even though it wasn't striped, called the Anna T, and I didn't like it either. So then I decided, well, I'm going to go back to something that's been on the back burner for a long time.
What did she do? What did you do?
No, I caught movement out of this part, my peripheral. I'm like, oh, the quiche's still on the counter. The cat jumped on the counter. Your husband's home. I thought he was the cat. Because in my house, it would have been the cat. So sorry. All right.
Continue.
Oh, wow, that's
Okay.
beautiful.
The one that
Yeah.
Crystal
That I wore last time.
Yeah, okay, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use the same Millefiori, and I'm gonna knit it up. And I got about this far on it, and you couldn't distinguish my Fair Owl from the rest of the sweater. I thought, okay, that's not a problem. I'm just gonna knit up the side, and then duplicate stitch, because that's nice and calming, and obviously I needed to be calmed. And so I started this.
So pretty.
And it's lovely.
I like it.
I don't.
Why?
I don't know.
It's very
I like the contrast.
Inca feeling to me.
Inca?
I like it, yeah.
Well,
I like that.
so I was saying to the
That's really
girls,
soft.
we call finished objects FOs, we call works in progress whips. What do we call something that we've totally rejected?
We break up with it.
She's breaking up with it.
It's a divorce.
Anyway, so what I did was
Bad boyfriend.
bad boyfriend. I ended up going back to the Viminal with the original colors that I was going to do.
See, this is when you
Yeah.
go with your first.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
First guess.
Look at
And
these.
the gray, which I'm in love with, is Manos del Uruguay. It's called Felice.
And this is
the yarn that your son got you, the gray?
No.
Oh, the variegated.
This is the gray that
Okay.
I had.
Wow.
What my son got me was Up North Yarns.
Nice.
which is the color.
The
The
variegated.
fingering, no, it's
Yeah.
a company fingering
Nice.
in beach stones.
Very
So
pretty.
that's the story of my,
And the sleeves will have stripes as well.
yes,
So
New Year's Eve cast on.
Oh, this is in the UP?
It's in the
Yes.
UP.
Yes, the
Can you show that on there so I have it for a reference for later?
Okay, so this is for Darcy and for anybody else. Eventually, hang on. See if I can get that to focus. There you go.
So that's my cast on story. So what did everybody else do?
So
Did everybody enjoy some cheese with that wine?
I had a
Yeah.
much easier journey because I had decided mine a while ago and I just stuck with it. So I had decided that I was going to do, I don't know how to say this word, Goflido?
I'm not sure I understand.
I don't understand either.
Go.
Siri picks random things to start, explaining to me or not.
First of all, catch all that. There we go.
Editing this one, Darcy.
All I know is this better not be cut out. I have to tell you, Siri talked to me once. I had a child in my class that was just having a day. And I said, I need you to sit here. And Siri said, it's not always about you. And I'm like, you're right. This child needs to move. Let's go for a walk. So Siri, it was actually quite insightful.
Yeah, Siri talks to me at random times, and I thought you were supposed to say, "Hey Siri."
Well, now
And all our watches are gonna go, yeah.
Siri
I don't have one
does
of
nothing when I say, "Hey Siri."
My
But
garbage
let me
is
say some
sleep.
random thing. Oh, now she's gonna talk to me, but just randomly starts
Anyway,
having.
Anyway.
your Goflido.
Okay, go Flidio, go
Is that
Flidio.
Spanish by any chance?
No, I think it's Welsh.
Welsh, okay.
Oh, Welsh? Okay.
I believe so.
Ooh,
and I
I
had
love the colors.
this
Is
yarn.
that the Sadar?
That's the Sadar, and
So this is a sleeve. So this is, it's not a cardigan-ish, it's a shawligan.
It's sleeves with a back.
So you start with the sleeve and you go across the back, and I'm in the middle of a row, so I can't open this up.
But eventually you
but it
end up
opens.
knitting flat, like it opens that way?
I am knitting flat.
You're knitting
You're
flat.
purling?
Uh-huh.
Good for you.
And there's some
And-
texture to this. It makes it
Yes.
really nice.
Yeah, take that, because in the picture you can't see the texture.
I didn't know
No,
it was
I
I didn't
realized
realize
it's
there was
texture.
texture in it either.
So we've
until
got
I
some
started doing it, and
garters,
it's
some
like, oh, there's
stockinettes.
texture here.
Look at those colors.
And then I'll knit the way I'm knitting to the middle, and then it reverses. So it's a slightly different pattern to create the same pattern.
The same pattern.
And I go back to, it'll end with the sleeve.
I like
So
this.
no seaming, no piecing. It's just,
The colors are just lovely.
The colors are
I'm
amazing.
loving the color changes, yeah. And you have yarn
I
similar to
have
this.
bought this same
Different color. but
different
same-
color, but
yeah.
almost very similar in tones. But yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah,
Awesome.
it's turning out really nicely, and I'm using one of my row counters, and it's really cool because I'm doing, that's a 30 row repeat, so I have my music clip at 2, so that's 20, and I have completed 25 of the 30 rows, and then you do the initial pattern, and then you do 4 repeats. So I put a different clip on to see how many repeats I have done.
Hawaii. I wanted to see what
Oh,
your
my progress marker, yeah.
Progress marker.
I put it on so that I would know what was right side and wrong side, because I wasn't sure if it was gonna be obvious.
yeah, that could be hard,
It's,
yeah.
it's pretty obvious. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because the inside is all,
And
pretty
it's
much all-
stripy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it.
I thought
And
maybe
it's
you
still
knit
straight.
from there to where you are now last night.
yeah,
That
because
was
my
your
name's not
progress.
Jen. No, I just haven't moved it, yeah.
That's really
But
pretty.
yeah,
I like
it turned out
it.
really nice.
Now I'm excited to do that.
Because you've been looking for something that's just like,
Just enough to throw on, keep
Yeah.
my
Yes.
shoulders, part of my back, and my
but
neck
because
or
it's
whatever.
sleeves, it should stay put reasonably well.
Reasonably well, yeah.
Because it's hard, it's not nice when the back of your neck
Neck
gets
gets
really cold.
cold. I know.
There's a
Between
nice
your shoulder
picture of
blades.
it here.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
So I started off on a 9-inch,
This work.
that's my 16-inch, a 9-inch size 7. Yeah. In order to get the sleeve started. And then it told you to move up to a 16-inch to have room to go back and forth. And then because, see, I don't do double points, I'll end up back at my 9-inch circ.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy with it so far. I'm a little bit nervous about whether or not the 4 repeats will come to the center of my back. But the more I do, the more it looks like it's gonna do that, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah, worst
Do they
case
have you
scenario, I have
measure
another-
wingspan so that you've got that? Because like, well, I'm just thinking like, if I were to make it compared to you, like,
You might have to go
How many
up a
repeats?
size
Yeah.
because, to get the repeats, to get the, because
Yeah.
it
Because
does.
they don't change.
it's not
because
a one size.
The row
No.
count
The row, it's not the row count.
increases
but-
or
yeah.
changes in the center depending on what
pattern.
size you get.
It goes by, the size is mostly by wingspan.
Okay.
Now there is additional depth as well, but it's not, but it is by wingspan, not necessarily circumference.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So that is what I was going
Yes.
to do. But then we got Advents and I'm like, I really, cause I had that same ball of yarn, but I really wanted to try to use up some of those Advents that I have, cause I have 3 of them now, right? So, I switched to this sweater.
She's been showing us sneak peeks of it, and
So the double date sweater, which I thought Jen would get a kick
First
out
of all,
of because
how perfect your pattern is. Like mine is trash, like 2 rows in.
how do you get it checked?
I don't know, but this is like fresh out of the printer. Okay, go ahead. Why would I like this
So
sweater?
you would like this because this is based off of one of the sweaters that was worn in Gilmore Girls
Ah.
by Rory's friend.
I think that the color work on that is really cool.
It is.
It
Now,
is. And-
the color work, the way they have it doing a repeat of 3 colors, right? So they keep doing 3 colors. I'm like, well, those mini skeins in an Advent isn't gonna be enough to I'm like, I'm just gonna use all the minis. And then I thought, no, I don't want all the minis. I like just these ones together. I don't like them all together. So I'm doing a repeat of 7 different minis.
Nice.
So,
So this is a fingering weight sweater.
yes, and it's bottom,
Oh, it is? It's fingering weight.
it's
Oh,
fingering
I thought it was
weight. No,
separate.
it's not. It's,
Oh.
it's
Well, you're
worsted weight because I'm using fingering held double in the stripes, but then I have the worsted yarn.
Okay.
So it's bottom up and I just split for front and back.
look at those
And
minis.
it's like way big again because I picked the size that, oh here. I picked the size that would be oversized. But look how wide that is. That's almost too wide.
That looks.
So that's why I started to panic that I would run out of the main color. Even if I have to throw in extra minis that aren't part of the repeat, I don't really care.
That is just beautiful though.
So like even if I do the sleeves in different minis than the body, I don't really care about that part. I'm just worried that I might run out of the main color.
And what yarn is the main color? Because this is really squishy.
So this main color yarn is the one we got from Craftsy.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Super soft.
So
I'm hogging it.
Cloudborne Fibers. It's Highland worsted, 100% wool.
And I like the way this color work zigzags and it wasn't,
You guys-
it wasn't
Yeah,
hard.
it's not like a
Probably
stripe.
know.
And
It's
there is
just
a process
curl.
to it. And it's not even the contrasting color, right? The contrasting color is just knit across. It's the main color in between that's knit in purl.
Have you put
Oh,
it on
okay.
barber poles and tried it on yet before you go any further?
Yes, and I compared it with this.
Yeah.
And it's very similar, so I'm like,
Okay.
screw it, I'll just go with it. And if it's big, it's big. I'll
Yeah.
just wear it like a big sweatshirt. Like I wear everything else oversized, so.
There's a ball of yarn right here.
That's really pretty.
So yeah, those are all my minis.
Very nice.
So it's knit
So-
in the round.
Are these your McMullen minis?
These are the
or-
McMullen minis.
From this year?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Because you had gotten 2 last year.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure which
Yeah.
set you
So
were using.
I have plans for those now. but-
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I am
pretty.
using day 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 16.
Now I do want to make this now because I
Very
keep
pretty.
looking at my minis and my Heidi and Lana minis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's super simple, right? It's a
It
boxy.
looks hard,
It's a
though.
box. It's
It's a
not.
boxy sweater though.
It's a boxy sweater.
Well, you
It's
could
not
use
hard.
that
I can
pattern now on
adjust.
any
Yeah,
other,
that's right.
Yep.
that color work, I mean, should say,
Yeah.
on any other pattern.
Yep. So it's very simplistic. It's
the
just knit
double
and
dip.
pearls. Double date, knit and pearls. Yep.
Nice.
So
So can we see your FO?
yeah,
Your
really.
stripy FO?
Yeah.
Maybe. So this is a free pattern from Espastrico. I will not even try to pronounce that, but I know you all probably can. Free pattern cardigan. So I was in between 2 ideas. I meant to have this pulled up. So when we went to, I'll sit down. I tend to talk off screen a little too much. When we went to, oh gosh, Artful Yarn, she had Blue Sky Fibers. It was called the Snood. And
Oh yeah.
so this is what I liked, but I don't think I would wear that poncho kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But I wanted to make this. So I tried to be Allison and like make this sweater in these colors, and it really wasn't that big of a pattern change, but for me it was. So
Leave this.
I never took French, so I can't help you with that.
So your pattern is not destroyed. What are you talking about? Oh my God, you are done.
I don't have the button band.
January 21st.
I don't have the button band.
Oh, well,
so
then forget it.
I still, I had to block it last night before I did the button band. So yeah, so it starts off with a narrow space of the cast iron. And this is, oh gosh, is this Blue Sky or Woolfolk? I've got the tag, I'll get it, but it's cast iron. Wait a minute, what are the minis? Because it's the same brand as the minis.
It's the wool.
Those are.
Woolstock?
These are blue
Sky.
wool stock.
Okay, so that's what I used. So I used this bundle.
So it's both. She's
Yeah.
using blue sky and wool stock.
So I used the 27 mini. See what I put up with. So, but because I wanted it long, I needed a few more, and I discovered because of this cast iron color, some of the dark colors really just blended in.
Like this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I actually double stitched another green color on top because it wouldn't show up. So
Oh, but I like that because it kind of gave it like a shadow,
yeah,
a depth.
but I don't know how it'll be with the sweater that I have
But
on.
you're gonna have to stand back there.
have to stand back there.
Yeah, so it's long.
It's
Got
gorgeous.
stripies.
It is beautiful.
It's everything I wanted it to be. So yeah, last night, so hey, let's do stripes. Okay, there's a lot of ends to tie in on stripes.
Don't talk to me about ends.
No, there's not.
I know, I
did
can
my
smell
wool
it.
wash.
You want to talk about flipping ends, okay? And it's only gonna get worse now that I'm going back and forth. Look at this mess.
Well, you could just braid them.
No.
I took a picture.
No ends.
No ends. But I took a picture of my pile of ends last night as I was, oh my gosh, you do have ends. Yes, she has.
I have this.
Isn't she pretty?
This is not
But it's
fair.
really soft. I mean, it's woolly wool. But I like it.
That softened up so
It
nicely.
did. It did.
Compared to
Yeah.
the skein.
So that's fine Highland wool 100%. So it's woolly wool. And for, I think with these 50 gram skeins, $10 for 50 gram. Yeah, 10 bucks for 50 grams. It was a good price point. The
Sky's
minis
really
were
nice.
fun. I had made Dave a sweater out of this, and I really like how it turned out. But I was a little panicky about if I'd have enough. I have plenty. In fact, I have enough left over that I think I might make a hat and do like a stripe
Oh, that'd be
of,
cute.
of the colors that are left over. So next stop would be the button band.
So now you're gonna have to pick up stitches to put the button back on?
Yeah. They said to wash and block it before you do the button band.
Okay.
So, but I did
Especially with
the,
something so long.
Do you
that's
have
good
to put a
idea.
button band on it? Can you just leave it open like that? Rolled?
I don't know. It feels unfinished. But I was having a really hard time with the collar last night because it wanted me to pick up, well, it's a free pattern, so I can say 104 stitches. I could only get like 98, so I like added some as I went and got to 102, and I'm like, I'm not gonna add any more. And then when I went to bind off, it was like floppy and big. So I would like bind off 4, bind 2 together, bind off 4, bind 2 together in order to get the collar not to be
See,
weird.
this is actually one of the things I really like about knitting is that you can do that kind of stuff.
Modify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing I've learned, and I sometimes still don't listen, like the second that little warning light goes off, pay attention to it. Because if you ignore it, you rip out a flippin' sweater that you could have stopped 3 days ago.
This is what happens when you skim.
I know.
When you don't read through your directions before beginning.
I just want the
Which I never
sweater.
And she's a teacher.
I just want the sweater. I want
You
the
just want to be done.
I know,
You just
because
want-
I'm a Montessori teacher. It's
You're
about process, not product. But outside of Montessori, I want the
She's all
product.
product. Yeah, she's all product.
I want the product. So yeah, so I knew that's what I wanted. I kind of was waffling back and forth a little bit. I don't even remember what else. There was one other thing I had, but I was pretty sure this is what I'd end up doing. So, done.
Done.
Except for the button band, so
Done.
it's not completely an FO.
No, it's not an
it's still
FO.
a whip.
It's still done. That's just not fair. Like, I don't understand. How do you, I feel like I get a little knitting time every night, right after work, while watching TV, after I've done the dishes and
Well, I had
cooked
a
the
day
food.
off last week.
I'm like, how did,
I don't go anywhere.
Are
She
you
goes
like-
hiking.
are you like
I sit
superhuman
at home.
speed hands?
I'm
She
also
is.
starting to feel the damage, the effects from it. I'm getting a little bit of arthritis, so I really should slow down now before it gets worse.
I need to take a couple week break soon because my elbow is just.
My shoulder's
starting
been
to-
starting to hurt. So I just lean on it a different way. And I knit like this.
So happy New Year,
So,
everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you guys who do watch our podcast, and we are so thankful for all y'all that do. If you are knitting something stripy, if you're not knitting something stripy, feel free to pop down in the comments and let us know what you're up to.
Give us
Oh.
pictures.
And put it on the
Pictures.
Facebook page.
Facebook, yeah.
Pictures on the
Pictures.
Facebook
Or
page.
tag us on Instagram.
Yes.
She does the Instagram.
I like Instagram.
Yeah, I try to follow the Facebook. I think you're pretty good about following Facebook.
Facebook is all ads for me anymore, so
Yeah.
I just avoid it. But anyways,
All right.
so what's next?
Do we want to do our regular thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
well, other finished object for you?
Actually, yes, because I have to figure out my order here. Okay. I think the
got so
last
many.
time I
Just
was.
to put them in
So
order.
many finished objects
Well,
we have to.
I'm
put in
wearing this
order.
one. This
Which is beautiful.
This one, it was my Christmas Eve cast on. I cast this on Christmas Eve,
And
had
had
it
it finished by New Year's Eve.
actually by the Friday before. Yeah.
Socked
Anyway.
in.
This, once again, I apologize for pronunciations. It's either Clotilde or Clotilde. It's by Pernell Larson. And so it's a chunky weight sweater. And this was gift yarn. It was
It's got
from
like a
Wool and the
lace
Gang.
pattern in it.
Yeah, so here's the yarn I used by Wool and the Gang.
Chalk stuff.
But yeah, there's this fun little lace pattern on it. I saw, oh gosh, Julie from the Knitters League. She had made this for her
Okay.
Rhinebeck sweater, and I couldn't stop staring at it, and it was just so pretty. And this is just not a color I go to.
No, it's
Yeah,
like
but it's very
seafoam.
pretty.
Yeah,
almost.
so I figured this would be my winter sweater. You know, it's
See?
like it would definitely be nice.
Eucalyptus
this.
green.
Yeah, but it does feel
Yes.
bluish.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
But at our last
Very like,
podcast,
Fuzzy.
it might be this.
oh.
I say that with a little disdain.
Oh, this is the one with the braid
Yes.
up the chest and the back.
So this is the one by Joji Locatelli I had on the last podcast, so that you.
Isn't this BFL?
It is.
Okay.
but I feel like I'm wearing my cat. It sheds so terribly.
I don't want it in my
is
contacts.
super soft and
it
so
is.
amazing. I love the color. I love wearing it. I got out of my friend's car and the black car seat had shedding all over it. I'm walking,
wow.
you know, and I've got like, talk about pilling.
like that?
It pills
No,
within
this is a
2
blend of
minutes
some
of
kind.
wearing.
Okay.
So
Where
it's
did you get this yarn?
well, and once again, it's a lovely, lovely, lovely yarn. I thought I kept the tag in here, but
It is
maybe I
so
didn't. I got it
super
down
soft.
at when we were in
Feels like it's got
Newark.
still some lamb or something.
Yeah.
she.
It does.
This is from like her sheep. She spun it, so it is homespun. It is not
Okay,
machine
that's
spun.
That's why.
And I'm wondering, like, can
That's
I wash it a couple times? Will that help?
No.
I don't want to felt it.
No, it probably has to do with her, how many plies and her tension when she
Yeah.
spins it, and just the whole process of carding, right? That gets that extra furriness
Love this sweater.
out of it.
But as far as the
oh.
smell, well, I can't smell anything,
Yeah.
but there's probably a solution for that somewhere.
Yeah, does it smell sheepy? I was gonna say, I
Does it
don't get
smell?
a sheepy smell too
No, I don't
much.
think it's.
No.
Oh, so
Yeah.
this isn't the one that was smelling. Okay, for some reason.
No, earlier I said, did you smell that? Because I use the
Oh,
wool
because she put
wash.
wool wash in it.
And she
Okay.
likes the same wool wash. It's from, it's Woodsy or something like that.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah. So, which,
I wore it.
She's never around
Yeah.
anymore, which is upsetting.
yeah. So, I did my Advent socks. So, the Cozy Sock Knitter Advent socks and,
Don't stretch them out because you'll take up the whole camera.
Oh, that.
wait while we pause for a break while I break her neck. But what was fun about this is I didn't realize that there was enough yarn, yes ladies, to make 2 pairs of socks.
And that's
my
surprising with
feet.
your shoes.
And then I also made Dave a pair of Grizzly boot socks. So this is on Ravelry, it's called Grizzly Socks. And this I just had,
We want to see the stripy ones
oh,
back.
the stripy ones. That was just made out of the Lion Brand Fisherman's knit.
Ooh, that's really,
Fisherman's
these
wool.
are almost like slipper socks.
Yeah, they're really heavy duty. It's by Anna Radchenko, Radchenko, on Ravelry, but he wanted some thick socks. So I made him thick socks because I had some of this fisherman's wool lying around. And so that's
They're
that.
so colorful.
So yeah,
They are.
that's it. Yeah, those are like, I love those socks. But I probably should have started the heel sooner. I didn't know when to start my heel on an Advent sock. So I had to go a little longer on the toe with,
Oh, with the main
with
color.
the main color or whatever. So I'm knitting, so hopping in a little bit to whips. I'm on the second one, but I didn't have any more of that. So I used some yellow that I had.
Ooh, I like it with the yellow.
I started the heel at that coral color, so I think it's like 3 stripes up, 2 stripes up. So that way I had enough stripes to get to the toe. So, and they still seem long enough, but I do like the length on those, so.
Wow,
Cool.
Very nice.
Those are
That's
my
a lot of
FOs.
FOs, great.
I have 2 weeks off for winter break and I pretty much knit the whole 2 weeks.
I only have 2 FOs.
Acquisitions. Is it time for, I think it's time
No.
for acquisitions. She's got something in there I wanna see.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
So I only have 2
And you're gonna
FOs.
last in acquisition.
Good things come to those who wait.
I'm not giving it to you, so good things are not going to come to them.
I'm gonna take my 0 and shove it through your ear.
So I brought my Velacor.
Need to go up with Bellicor?
Okay, so I brought the
That is so
Velacor,
nice, you have to show it.
and while I like it, it's the neck. Like I want a neck hole that's smaller.
So
I think.
it's similar, the neck looks like it's similar to our
Novelli.
Novelli.
Yes.
And I don't think you
So
like
it
that
has
neck
that
either.
No, I
longer
didn't.
neck.
Or the weekend
And is that the
sweater,
same
Yes.
designer?
No.
Great drape to it.
No, the Novelli I think was Caitlin Hunter.
Yeah.
This is Andrea Mowry.
Oh, okay.
So you could put a little gusset at the sides of the
Oh, you
neck.
could, yes.
I could. I mean, I'm just wearing a shirt underneath it, but
Oh, well, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
this
I
yarn.
guess it's
Wear a
just-
tank top
It's
under
It's just
it.
gorgeous.
so this yarn was
That's so
the
much
yarn we
work.
got from
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Fiber
39
Festival.
bridges?
29 bridges.
29 bridges.
Yep. So it's all 29 bridges, fingering weight.
There's 29 bridges on here?
Yeah. So this pattern was not difficult. but tedious. So
And
it took a
time
while.
consuming.
Took a long, long while. So I finished that. That's my FO. And my other FO is the one I'm wearing. Woohoo!
So pretty.
This is, what is this?
Something ragland.
Something somewhere I have a
It's
pattern.
got textured sleeves.
Yes.
It's like
A
seed
great
stitch.
Right here.
hem on it.
The Brooklyn
Yes.
Raglan.
The hem.
So it took me 3 months and 5 days
Very good.
to knit this. So
But with seed stitch, that's
with moss stitch, seed
Moss
stitch,
stitch,
whatever
okay.
that is on the sleeves. But I don't know, and it's got that curved hem. I knit my sleeves and they were perfect, perfect. And then I blocked it and now they're too long. But yeah, and this is the yarn I got from the Artful Yarn.
And that's in Chagrin Falls, Ohio.
Yep. So this side's a little bit more
And
pink.
I'd say Kathy is the owner, but it's just changed hands. She's just, one of her employees has purchased the shop, and we're looking forward to going and seeing
What the changes are.
Yeah.
So that is, I have a full skein of this left.
Nice.
And
You can make yourself a matching hat or scarf. Or,
that yarn was spun right round. So this is, I actually ended up buying 2 additional
Oh, okay.
skeins. So I have a skein and 3/4 of one left. And you can see the color difference.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not as pink and as vibrant as the
Yes.
rest, but whatever.
So there's Kathy Hogan, and Tiffany Perry is now the new owner of the Artful Yarn. So Tiffany is extremely helpful. I know when we were up there, when we podcasted, both Kathy and Tiffany were extremely welcoming. And
Yes.
they are so knowledgeable. If you need anything, Tiffany's really good about guiding colors and just, she knows sweaters, she knows
Yes.
yarns, she knows crochet. I think she even knows crochet. She knows the stuff.
Yes.
So my last FO, I finished that Muscle Burl hat.
Ah.
And this
okay.
is the yarn that I got from Yarn Birds off the truck. So I
Okay.
got 2 different, same yarn, 2 different colorways. And this is the Feederbrook Farm,
Okay.
but it's a color changing yarn. And I will say, I made this to what I thought was the correct size, but come to find out it's extra, extra, extra big. But I kind of like it for wearing it around the house.
Well, let's see.
But you can't wear it outside because the wind whips right through it.
Oh, really?
Oh, and that's like the beauty of the muscle work.
Yeah, and because this 100% wool, but I really love this color change
Uh-huh.
of that yarn.
Okay.
The first yarn is in the inside,
Oh, pretty.
which was all the green, which at first I thought, oh, I really, really, really
That's
love
really pretty.
all this green.
Uh-huh.
And when I started using that, I'm like, I'm not a fan of that until it started to make this color change. And then I'm like, oh, I love it. But it is like
It's like a sunrise.
900,000 sizes too big.
So if you
is
fold
big.
back, so it's
Yeah, I mean, that too,
extra
but
covered over your ears, you think it would still,
the wind still
would
comes right
come
through it. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's so airy. I mean, I can see through it.
Oh,
2
wow.
layers, I can see
okay.
through it. So, I mean,
Wow.
but yeah.
Squish factor
It
high.
is so comfy and in the house, right, when I'm just sitting at my desk.
Ready? Everybody
It's
squish.
great to wear it all day long because it keeps me warm and I don't have to like wear a coat when I'm
Wait
in
a
the
minute, wait a
house.
minute. Why would you wear a coat in your house?
Because I'm that tall.
lovely
Wow.
Because I sit there. I mean, I don't turn up the heat,
Yeah,
but
you're not.
Okay.
you're not
I'm just
moving around.
sitting there for 10 hours behind a desk, plunking away at a computer. So I'm freezing.
Pretty.
But yeah, so at one point, my husband's like, that's really big. And it is. So I thought about tearing it out, but then I'm like,
That's a
no,
lot of stitches.
I kind of like it that it's like huge.
Can you see
and,
through the stitches?
I can see light, but yeah.
but I like that it's oversized and I wear it around the house or going out to feed the birds or it's a house hat. And I like the colors, so
Very
yep, that's my
pretty.
FOs. That's all I got.
Very pretty. All of my FOs are elsewhere. I
sweaters and a
have
hat.
like 9 hats.
Sweaters and
I made a bunch of chunky hats, and Rinda, my roommate, has donated them to Catholic Charities in Medina. I made a hat for my nephew. Actually, I made about 4 hats for my nephew. I made a hat for my nephew, a hat for my for his girlfriend. I made my niece's scarf that you saw last time. I was finishing it up.
Oh, yeah, you finished that?
I finished that. That it was pink in this twinkle toes.
You finished
that? Oh, I was thinking the other one.
You
the
finished the
purple.
pink?
I finished the pink. Oh, I finished the purple.
Yeah,
that was
the
last time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished that, and so that's gone. So most everything that I finished was given away. No, I can't think of anything that I had been working on that I still have.
That you kept.
I did a lot of chunky hats. I probably all together since like October have done like 18
Oof, that's a lot
chunky
of hats.
Yeah.
And your hands are okay?
Yeah. Well,
And what about socks? Have you knit any more socks?
I have not.
Oh.
And I haven't worked any more on my cables either. So
Oh.
I started that. I started doing all the Christmas knitting and the charity knitting, and so that's what it was nice because I could do those real quick, and I also have taught 2 people to knit in
That
past,
time, yeah.
Which is a nice thing.
So you've been
so-
busy.
Yeah. So I have been working on stuff and getting some things done. It's just I don't have it with me.
You made me think of something I forgot to mention that I knit since
Oh,
the
yes,
last
you did.
podcast also.
I was gonna say she did like 3
She has,
sweaters in 10
I don't know
days.
how you do it.
From Thanksgiving until Christmas, I made the 3. These 2 are chunky. This one's DK, but
Teeny tiny those needles.
granddaughter
Right.
knitting and grandson knitting.
What size are those needles on that?
Zeros.
Oh my.
Yep. So yeah, I forgot about the gift knitting.
Yeah.
What do you got down there, Allison?
I have finished the,
First of all, what she's wearing. Oh,
that
yeah.
is what I'm wearing.
If you can lean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the last video you were just on the yoke, I think.
Yes, so the wildwood,
Yeah.
and if you recall, I got to here and then realized I had forgotten to up my needle size, because for Farrell, I go up either 1 or 2 needle sizes, and I forgot to do that, so then it was too tight in the bust. So then I rearranged the stitches to give me more stitches in the front, and then I blocked the hell out. And it came out okay.
It's amazing.
So that was that. This is
This was a whip last time also.
This is Carol by
Ooh, I
Von
like it.
Hintern Stern.
Let's see if I can get.
Ooh, it's so soft.
I know I'm gonna let you see it because I'm trying to get the pattern name. Look at that cardigan.
Carol.
love.
It's called Carol.
K-A-R-O.
Right. So you do this little thing where you wrap around the needle 3 or 4 times depending on your
Behind the
tension, and then
there.
pull it up to make the kind of little tartany bit there.
What about this?
Oh, well, that is a little broken stitch that I have to fix.
How do you fix that?
Well, I will go in and like duplicate stitch across the whole area, and then loosen out the ends of the broken stitch and darn them in.
Okay.
But actually what happened when I blocked this, now the sleeves are too long.
See, I did the same thing.
Yeah. So I think, and I'm not real thrilled with this green yarn.
Really? I love it.
Yeah.
I think the color looks great. It's the quality of the yarn I don't
Oh,
like.
the yarn.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about undoing the neckband and then going back up to here and up to here and redoing it in a green.
Make a new sweater.
Yeah, like, what the heck?
Keep this and just make a new sweater.
No, because I've got all
That's a
this
lot of
knit.
work.
This is
Yeah.
all knit, so I
I
only
would
have to
just
go up
deal
to
with
here.
it. Me personally.
Because it's knit top down.
Oh, okay. I was totally thinking you were
So
ripping.
you gotta undo the neckband.
Yes,
Okay, so you
I
need
do.
the-
She does because it has that green color in there. She doesn't like the yarn itself.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So she's gonna remove all the dark green from the sweater and redo
And
those
put
parts.
it in
Okay.
a different dark green.
Ooh, but I like that
like
dark
that
green
green
too.
too, yes.
That does work nice.
So,
Here,
so that's that one.
bring that up a little so we
Wow.
can see that beauty. Pretty. Once again, high squish factor.
And that's my FOs.
All right.
So now what do we have? Whips.
You basically saw my
I was gonna
only
say, I only
whip.
have-
Yeah, my whip is just my New Year's Eve cast on.
Let's see. I thought I had more than one whip.
I think we should just make this the Jen
Jen
show.
show.
Oh, I just brought 2
they
whips.
miss us.
I've got bags of dream
I
knitting
think
set up.
I think from now on we would be able to really push a lot of podcasts out if we make her to show one whip, one FO, a podcast. We would have enough. What's the word? Content for thousands of podcasts.
Maybe I just need to slow down.
For the sake of your joints, it might
Yes,
be an
yes.
idea.
Yeah.
For future knitting endeavors, I need to be careful now.
Yes.
So you saw the one whip I'm finishing. What just happened? I don't know. But I have a hoe. She's kind of freaking me out right now. I think she's got the same whip. But I've got one more sock to do. So petite knit Sophie scarf. Okay, because there's also a Sophie shawl.
I got the Sophie scarf.
I did this a scarf also, but I'm at the point where I have to decide if I want it to wrap once or wrap twice.
I want to wrap twice.
But I feel that the yarn I'm using is too dense to wrap twice.
Ooh, that is dense.
Yes, and I even have gone up a needle size, but I do like it. But I'm thinking if I had it twice, it might be, this is actually possibly gonna be a gift for someone. I wanted a black, because I don't have any black scarves. And so many times I have a sweater that I want something black to wear with it. And so this was just some leftover.
What yarn is that?
This is DK. You could pretty much use any yarn.
Any yarn.
Gauge really isn't an
They
issue.
call for it to be like cashmere and mohair
Yeah.
or whatever.
I'm just
like,
thinking
is it-
if you, I mean, yes, I understand it could be any gauge, any yarn, but as far as if you want to wrap it twice, you might think about it being,
Fingering.
yeah, the thinner
Right.
yarn.
The thing that
Or
made me
the
go
sport,
with
22
this was
maybe sport.
If it turns out, once I get all the cat hair off of it, to be a gift, I don't know this person's gonna want wool. And this is that same yarn I used for that black cabled cardigan. And so it's 100% acrylic and it's like incredibly soft. So I'm at the point now I have to decide, am I gonna go wider or just go so it's the one tie? Because when I think of her at school, because we do a secret Valentine and her favorite color is black. Her second favorite color
I
is
think I would
black.
go with one,
Just, that's what I'm,
because a lot of people don't
Trust your
like a
guts.
lot of stuff around
Yeah.
their necks.
trust your gut.
I was gonna do
wrap
one-
it around twice.
Yes,
Is
so
that
this is
length?
wrapped around, yes.
Okay.
It's just, I'm at the point where I need to start decreasing if I wanted to go once. If I wanted to go
Okay.
twice, I have to increase. And once you get
Because-
the pattern.
Gotcha. So that the 2 wraps have something to.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna make 2. I was gonna
So is
make
this
one
one
that
once or
wraps
twice?
twice. This is twice.
Okay.
I'm gonna make one that wraps twice to wear it as a scarf or like a tie or whatever. But then I was gonna do one that was just a one to put it in my hair.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that would
Well,
work,
and
wouldn't it?
I bought some of that cappuccino yarn from Heidi and Lana, and I thought that would be a nice one. I've got a new coat, it's in the browns, and it's just like, that would be fun to have just as a little scarf, but
Yes.
I'm gonna try this out first and see, and if it doesn't look nice, then I'll keep it and
Yeah,
find
right.
something else to do it for. But that's it for my
Yep.
whips.
My whip was my New Year's Eve cast on.
As was mine.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, that's my whip too.
Okay. So
Sure.
we're to acquisition.
Acquisitions start on that end?
I don't have any.
So Jen, you have any acquisitions?
I do. Well, I just acquired one from Allison. She received some sock yarn, and I'm at the point now where it's like, I want to make accessories. I don't like the hats that I have. My favorite hat is my Muscle Burrow hat with the crazy pink pom-pom. I wear it all the time, but I want like a white cable-y hat. I want some fun hats. I just have a hat. And every knitter should have like a million hats, right? So this is gonna be a year of hats and socks. So I just got some yarn from Allison that she wasn't sure what to do with it. And I'm like, I'll make some socks. And so don't hate me for this, but I got a lot of Amazon gift cards. They sell yarn on Amazon.
They do?
I would much rather buy it at a local gift shop or a local yarn shop, but I wanted sock yarn. So I got a couple skeins of sheepies.
They sell that at local yarn shops too.
They do sell it at local yarn shops, but I had an Amazon gift card.
Right. No.
So,
Amazon can be my friend.
and they were probably the same price as what
Right.
you would pay. It wasn't that they were cheaper. And I'm like, okay, Dave needs socks. I'm gonna play with some socks. So I just kind of got some different colors here and there. The only one I'm not so sure about is this one, because it's worsted weight.
Oh,
Because Dave likes thicker socks.
Sure.
So I thought, and it's Knit Picks, and it was on Amazon.
okay.
Knit Picks on Amazon?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and it wasn't like through like a person or anything like eBay would be or anything like that. But this is my absolute favorite purchase. Okay, so I don't know if you've heard of the Billy.
No.
So it is I don't print in color, sorry. So it is a cabled sweater top down. It's not in pieces. I'm so excited. Now, in the Ravelry page, it's this lovely like off-white. She's wearing beautifully white pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't go that
In
way.
your job?
Yeah. No, I work with 2.5 to 6 year olds.
Great.
Well, at Christmas, a parent walked in this absolutely gorgeous green cabled sweater, and I'm like, I want a sweater that color.
Oh,
That's green.
It is green. It is holly. It is green. I got it from Harps and Thistles. Thank you, Cindy, for ordering it. She only had like one in stock, and it would help if it was upside down. But
so is it going to be done for St. Patrick's Day?
possibly.
Oh my Lord.
But all of this stuff has made
Have
me
you started
put my my vest on hold. Like I haven't finished my vest, my colorwork vest that I had on the last episode. I put that aside to do on my gift knitting, and then I did the 2 cast-ons, and then now I want to do this. That the vest is just sitting there looking at me like, but there's no sleeves, there's nothing on it, and
So she should be able to finish that this evening.
So just finish that this afternoon when you get home, and then start this, and then
know.
you'll have this done by Sunday.
St. Patrick's Day. But Cindy wanted me to say, because I think on our last podcast we said
yes,
something
something
about the Snook Sport being non-superwash.
What sport?
It's called.
No, it is super wash. It was something to do with.
Go online, look at her description. Whatever I said last time was not accurate about whether or not it could be washed.
You were talking about it.
Money?
No, like not felting, but it.
Pill?
No, because I wanna.
Yes, you want to
Yes,
steak it.
steak it.
And she said it's not.
I have
it's
to
a
do the
little too
crochet
super
thing.
washed for
Yes,
that.
the way it's
not gonna
processed.
stick. It's not going to stick together.
It's all wool.
Yeah.
It's 100% wool.
Yes.
But it has a super wash tendency. I
Yes.
think that's what she said.
Yes.
Cindy,
I missed.
I'm trying.
Which wool are we talking about?
It is her
Snow.
Oh,
1918.
Oh, the 1918?
It's
Yeah.
her
Harps and
particular
Thistles actual
color
new brand
yarn.
of yarn.
So, which is fantastic, but I
Yes.
really should go do that first. That should be like the carrot that gets me into this. But this came the other day.
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
she
a
and I
green
were talking
sweater.
About that. And she said, yeah, it won't.
It'll be
stick
great
to itself the
Yeah.
way, like.
Yeah,
a
because
lot
in
of
that vest, you stick the sleeves in the neck. So that way you continuously work it in the round. It's a skein gear pattern, so I've never done that before.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I have acquisitions. So Darcy and I both did McMullen Fibers
Yes.
Advent.
Christmas Advent, that's what's in my New Year's Eve cast on sweater. I love this Advent.
This is
It's so
crazy.
pretty.
It
Look
was
at how
so
this is
pretty.
displayed. Dun,
It was
dun.
a library.
Yes.
Yeah, so each one has a book name or a character
Yes.
from the book.
Is
Did
there a
you
Mr.
finger?
Darcy?
Yes,
Yes.
fingering.
It's all fingering.
So
Look
there
at
is a
those
Mr. Darcy.
colors.
So I'm using
And that's the full skein.
selected poems of William Wordsworth.
Wordsworth.
I'm
I
using
think that one's called Storytime.
Story bound. Okay.
Storybound. Okay.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Which is
Little
one of my
Women.
favorites.
Mrs. Dalloway.
and I'm
Portrait of a
using
Lady.
Little Women.
Portrait of Darian Gray.
And
These are gorgeous. Look at that.
Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, so that's,
Wow.
I have those two.
I was trying to figure out how to display it so I could see them as I was
Yes.
doing
That's
them.
really
And I put
brilliant.
them on a chain, and then the chain broke, and that wasn't so great. So I'm like, oh, I can put it on pant hangers.
Yeah.
And then you can
Take it off.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Take it off.
Because we certainly don't use them for our pants.
No.
What I those first came out, I thought, oh, what a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And then you never use
I
them.
think we've all had those at one point or another.
And I got my last 2 shipments of the destination
Ooh, this
plain.
one's so
Oh my goodness.
sparkly.
Isn't that pretty? This is the bag that goes with this.
Estonia.
This is a big bag.
Yeah.
Were they all this size?
Some are smaller, some are bigger. That's kind of a medium. But yeah, there's different sizes and different attributes to each one.
So is this like
Really, like,
Holland?
spark-
Like 'cause
Estonia.
Estonia. Okay.
Wow.
And the
this
yarn is
very
sparkly. It's
sparkly.
very pretty.
And the
But
inside
they
the same.
changed their system, so it automatically deleted me, which I needed it to do anyway because I really have not used as much of the yarn as I need to continue getting it, and even though I love it.
Have you
It's-
Yeah,
counted?
and that's why I canceled a lot of my subscriptions, just because
Yes.
I couldn't keep
I
up
can't
with the
keep up.
yarn coming in, and then it was like I was feeling
an
overwhelmed.
yarn subscription for about 24 hours. I bought it. I was so excited. I like got like influenced by a podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna do it because it's all about socks this year, and it's this sock box, and I'm gonna do it. And I get it. I don't have the yarn yet, but then I order it. You know me, because I don't
Yeah,
read
you don't
things. I
read.
skim. It lets you see what's coming up. So I peeked at it. I'm like,
I don't like it.
And you feel deflated, right?
yeah, and it's not that it's not pretty. It's just not me.
Right.
So I canceled the subscription. I think I still I don't get a refund because I did it, well, maybe it was more than 24 hours, but it was after a certain date.
Okay.
So
That you cancel.
I've discovered like, no, just
Don't impulse.
don't impulse.
Yeah.
And what else did you get?
So, Harps and Thistles, Cindy has a 12 Days of Christmas, and every day she has something that she features, and you can purchase it that day. And I'm like, can't do it, don't do it, don't do it. On day 13, she has everything that's left over. And so the first one that I gave into was this one. Isn't it packaged most
a
lovely?
pretty
It was
bag.
day 5. And it is
Ooh, a little mini set.
a mini set, the Cleveland Street bundle.
Oh,
They
that
are
is
so pretty.
fun.
And it also came with a Ohio pin.
Oh, an Ohio
Oh, cute.
pin. It
It's
looks like
adorable.
our knitters are here
Yes.
logo.
But those colorways are from the Christmas Story.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, they
And
are.
They lived on Cleveland Street, and so yeah, so
Yeah.
that's where the original colorways came from.
And it's
Awesome.
3 Irish girls.
So I waited until like 10 o'clock at night. I figured anybody who's gonna get them needs to get them before then. And if there's some left, then I'll go ahead and do it. So that's how I got that
Talk about
one.
rationalizing.
Oh, but the next one's even better. So,
The rationalization, you mean?
so
The
the next one was, it came with this pattern. If I can find it. The Chilton cowl. And it's those, you know, Christmas minis, except you could get it into Christmas colors or these blue snow winter. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
So that was like
Give it a
day
shake. Yeah, I love that.
2. But I didn't get, oh, and then it came with the
2 full skeins.
And is that black? or
other, the
blue?
5.
That's
the
navy,
50.
isn't it?
It actually only came with one. I went and got, because Cindy's like, oh my gosh, you guys, I am so sorry. We didn't read the pattern thoroughly. And you need 2 50-gram bundles.
Just shows we're all guilty. of
Yes.
I'm not the
And
only one.
it came, and so it came with one, so I just went and got the other one when I was up there one day. But I waited until day 13. And it's like, if it's still there, because I figured it's gonna go like, you know, wildfire. If it's still there, then I will, you know, I'll get it then. Not only did I wait until day 13, I waited until the end of day 13, like 10 o'clock at night, and you guys still didn't buy it. So there were some left for me.
It's our viewers' fault.
It's our viewers' fault for not going to Harps and Thistles and buying this. So yes, and it came with the little needle tippers.
In case you want to look them up.
So I really want to make that cowl. That looks really,
very cute
that looks
cowl.
really fun.
Nice.
So there's that. And then
I may knit things, but she buys
I buy things. I'm so
Imagine how
good.
many podcasts we could have if
Yes.
you stretched her purchases
If we
out.
could just do a Jen and Crystal day.
I borrowed those last time we
Oh,
were
yeah.
here. So I've been like
I wanna
so
I
tempted
couldn't
by
take
those.
things out of your bag.
So tempted
I
to
didn't
get
take it
these
out of her bag. I
needles.
took it right
and
out of
I've
her
been looking at the
hands.
red and the blue, and it's like, oh, the red are the teeny tiny ones, and I don't do socks.
We're talking about Chigu.
Chigu needles, yes. And then I
I
saw
have
the
the
blue
red ones, and I've been wanting the blue
I
ones.
thought you had the blue ones.
No, I
thought you
have the
had
red
both.
ones. No.
You
want
can
the
find
blue
it
one.
together, and it's like, I just can't do it. So the blue ones are 4 to 8, and they make like 9-inch to like higher, 12-inch, 16-inch, depending on which cord you use. And so they're like perfect for sleeves, the tops of hats, that kind of stuff that I do make.
And I have them and I use them a lot.
Okay, so
In
I
fact,
should get them. Okay.
So the story is, don't tell my husband. I
But
left
he's
them.
in the house, by the
I
way.
know, but he won't listen. I left them probably at the gate of an airport. I tend to leave a lot of things at the gates at airports.
Ooh.
And anyway, found I had to buy them again. So
Each set has 2-inch and 3-inch needles. So you have, I mean, it's two
One of
sets
each.
of needles.
it's
Yeah.
actually 3 sets because sometimes I use a long one and a short one.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, I do that too.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So that I have the long one for leverage.
Yes.
And the short one because it's such a small dimension.
Oh, okay.
Good idea.
So yeah, I just finally gave in to temptation. And
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I
order
got
it.
And
those.
Chigu has,
Lana, I'm gonna
has a
order it.
connector that goes between the smaller and the larger
Yes.
cords, which is very
Okay.
helpful.
So if the red one is the 0
to
to
3.
3, and this is the 4 to 8, what is the yellow?
Oh, I don't know the yellow. I've got
That
The
one.
yellow's the new one,
Oh, I don't know, maybe it's the bigger ones?
I
don't
think
know.
so. I think
Like-
it's the bigger ones.
like 9 to 16 or whatever.
Something like that.
I wouldn't use those
But I
now.
was gonna say, I looked at it though, and it's like, I think I have enough of those needles that I didn't feel like I
Yeah, I think
wanted
this is the
to
size
get
set I
another
should
one.
have gotten because I don't really use the red one a
Okay.
ton yet.
So you
anyways.
said they do make, because my connectors are
My
the smalls and
connectors-
smalls, large and large.
Yeah,
They
my
have a connector
connectors,
that's the small and
I
large.
tried to get a connector to connect the small cable to a large cable, and I don't have a connector for that. I only have a connector to connect a small and a small, or a large and a large, but not a mix.
I have a mix.
Oh,
I'll
So,
find it afterwards.
That must be
and we'll-
something we can
Okay.
order then?
Yeah.
Hello to another acquisition.
there was one other thing that I got, and we didn't do Christmas presents this year, so you know there's no wrapping or.
Wait, you
Wait,
already gave
You
us.
gave us,
us something.
You gave
What did I
us
give you?
The cable.
cable.
Oh, that was a while
Sure.
ago. That was a while ago.
I didn't get anybody anything.
Oh, wait,
doesn't
wait,
count.
Can you see this?
These are fun!
Treasure Goddess.
Drink up, me hearties! Yo ho!
Treasure Goddess who made the sparkle
I'm gonna have whiskey in my flask at the Scottish game.
had these little flasks
Oh,
on
they're
her
so cute.
website on one of her.
Oh, these are
I-
adorable.
These are fun!
I get her newsletter and they're back and I'm like,
They're back.
oh gosh, yeah.
They're just the lady
too
that names
stinking cute.
everything after pirate things.
Yes, yes. So that's the Sparkle
That's the
Toes
Sparkle
yarn,
Toes.
and I love her yarn, so I started getting her.
Putting my whiskey in there when I'm
Yeah.
at the Scottish game. Yes!
Oh, that is
Isn't that
so
so
funny.
cute?
So fun!
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the other thing that I asked for Christmas, sometimes when we travel together, you can't always depend on there being nice light to knit with. Or even at my house, I have a table right here and I have a lamp that's back here, but doesn't necessarily
No.
throw off good light, especially if I'm knitting with dark yarn. So I asked for a Ott light, and this is the one that I got, and
You ought to have one.
I ought to have one.
That is like
And
the
it all
coolest thing. It
bends around
twists
and
and-
twists, and it's rechargeable. Or I can put it,
Plug
I
it
can
in.
plug it in and put the USB. I think it's a C.
And Outlight makes such cool lights.
They do.
And they're nice and bright.
Just the flexibility.
Show how it
Yes.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it could dance.
It's a goose
So
neck.
If you do stop action video, you
Yeah,
could
you
do a
can do that.
whole dance with this thing. But it looks like super
In your
you can
spare time.
put that
Yes.
in your travel bag
Yes.
and easy to carry.
Yes.
Not too
So I
heavy,
thought-
but solid.
Yeah, it's solid, but it's very lightweight. But I know that Allison has a couple that she will bring with us, and I just thought this would be good for at home, but also when we travel to have that with us as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should all get one so that when we go,
Well, I feel like I'm a step behind you guys because y'all had neck lights. I got a neck
I don't
light.
have a neck light.
And now y'all have these. I'm like, man, I just caught up with the neck light.
I don't have a neck light.
But to save the strain on your eyes, you want to
Yeah.
have good lighting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and especially
that's a good rationalization to go
Yep.
buy one,
That's
right?
right.
There you go.
Save my eyes.
That's it.
That's all you got?
That's it, I'm
Oh.
done.
Okay, so Heidi and Lana, yeah, she got me in the last couple months.
For colors.
So not only did I get the McMullen Fibers Advent, but I got the Heidi and Lana Stitch Marker Advent. And it came in this little pouch.
Pretty.
But I already took them out of their little packages. And I put them on one of my Heidi and Lana
Oh,
bracelets.
what a nice idea.
So it's all my little stitch markers. It came in all different sizes, all different colors.
Oh, nice.
Just
Oh, I
random.
like that.
Yeah, look at them. Those are awesome.
Wow.
I didn't expect them to be different
So-
sizes.
Yeah.
So you got one a day, and then on day 25 you got a whole little set,
Oh.
which I don't have them all together, but they're all these little tiny teal
Ah.
ones.
Oh, okay.
See, but I would lose those just as easily as I would
Those
lose
are
those.
itty bitty.
Yeah, so those are really tiny, little tiny teal ones.
Very pretty.
Oh yeah, it's a little bag.
So Heidi and Lana, check her out.
like you could wear those
Awesome
as a
yarn.
Yeah.
What size fingers do you have?
It fits on as a ring. It does. And then,
Nobody needs to see that.
And then she had the ugly Christmas sweater yarn. Stop it.
There you go.
And it's you keep petting it. The colorway is Ugly Christmas Sweater 2022. So I got 4 skeins of it
Oh.
because I want to. Yes, I'm gonna make a little
One for each of us. Thank you. Oh, presents! Yay! If you don't want yours, I'll take yours, Allison.
So I was thinking I would make, and this is where I've been asking them kind of behind the scenes about rolled neck. So I want to make a long sleeve crop, rolled neckline, rolled sleeve, rolled bottom, but I want to take one of those McMullen, the really deep red one, because it kind of
okay.
matches with the coloring in this. And I want to do a pocket on each side, and I want to make the inside of the pocket that red color to go with this, and have that be my
Christmas.
sweater for,
won't be an
for
ugly
next year.
Christmas sweater
It won't be
at
an ugly
all.
Christmas. So not that one, but it's one of the
Oh.
plummy. It's like a solid.
Okay.
You guys
It
have
must be.
different
It's not
schemes?
that
Talk
one.
amongst
Actually, I thought
yourselves
it was
until
this
they
one.
find it.
So it's not you. I don't see the same one.
Maybe.
That's interesting.
But you got 2 different
I see, but you
Advents.
got
Are
an
you
Advent
sure it
last
was
year,
this
too.
one? It might
You
have
got
been the
last
other
year.
Oh,
Advent.
it was Margaret. It was It was Heidi and Lana's Advent.
Oh, okay, last year.
It was her Advent with one of the really mulberry plummies that matched really well. So that was that.
Now, do you have the pattern yet, or you're still looking?
No,
for
I
it?
don't. And so that's why I asked you for that chunk of the portion of the pockets. Was it the black cardigan that you made that you had the pockets? Mm-hmm. Just so I could see, because I thought maybe I would make
knit
it.
sweater that I have has pockets too.
Because there is a pattern by Isabel Kramer that kind of fits the mold of what I'm trying to, what's in my head, but we'll see. We'll see.
So then you just change the neckline and, you know.
So like
Allison
how
can
many?
help you with
I was
that.
gonna
an
say.
afterthought pocket, no problem.
Yeah. So how many rows do you have to take in account for a rolled hem? Like, do you anticipate 8 extra rolls in order to get that rolled hem?
What is this?
So
Ooh.
this is Coffee Talk.
Coffee
Whatever.
break.
coffee break. Yeah.
You're doing it.
So
Oh my
I got the pattern, and she re-dyed another bunch of it because so many people wanted it.
Nice.
So it's Coffee Shop. It's a colorway, and this one is, I can't read it, upside
Barley.
down. Barley. So I
Try not
did
to
order
wrinkle.
that
Oh, as it slips.
so that I
pretty.
could make that shawl, and the pattern's in that bag somewhere.
And I know I pulled aside from last year's advent from Heidi and Lana, the main skein, and I pulled out 6 minis, and they're sitting in reserve. for
Well, what's
possibly-
funny is I have this mini set or something similar, remember?
Yeah, because I got the
Okay.
cappuccino.
So I want to knit another stripy sweater with these minis.
Okay.
So I'll do this shawl and then something else with something else. But then she also posted that she had those one-off splatter sets
Okay.
that are just waist
Okay.
dye that she just soaks up with the yarn. So I got this one.
Look at that yellow.
So I thought that this would be really great to make another stripy sweater, like this same thing, but do it in stripes where I
Okay.
find a main color that's a base neutral.
You're onto the stripes.
Yeah, and then do a thick stripe with this and outline it in a skinny stripe of this.
Wow.
That looks
so
so
what would your
pretty.
main color be?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
And when would I ever get to it? I don't know.
Dream knitting.
But it looks so pretty and I want to do that, so.
And this is splatter number 90 with
Yeah.
marigold. So I feel like the marigold would be something she would always have, possibly.
Maybe, yeah.
But whereas this is a one of a kind. You
Yeah.
will only see it here.
Yep. So, yeah, Margaret, you got me.
Yeah, you did.
But
Bad.
I love them. So I have a lot of knitting projects, and I told myself for 2023, my goal was to stash bust. But I just added to the stash.
So we have a small fiber festival coming up February 11th at
Yes.
Berea Fairgrounds.
Wild Woolly.
Well,
So-
really.
We'll see how these New Year's resolutions hold out there.
Hey, if
That's
I
why
can
I'm
stash
knitting so
bust,
fast.
I was gonna
buy
say, if
more.
I can gen knit, then I might be able to buy some more.
No, I think I'm looking at like the little, the chow goose. Those are kind of, I just
Yeah.
purchased the Forte set, which I've had a few issues. And they've been quick about fixing them. 2 needles have broke. But they've
Is that
replaced.
your like?
No, it's the, that Forte set that they
Oh.
put together that, but
Oh,
it's,
chow, yeah.
it has this, very, I guess it's a fragile point in the needle because it's where the wood and the metal meet, and that's where you're holding it.
Oh.
And so my
snapping it,
size
pressure
4 snapped, and emailed them, sent the replacement within I had it within a week. So and I keep telling myself it's a company that is going to be around forever. So it's not like because this is the second malfunction I've had with this set. But I really like the chow goose. So I think I'm gonna do the little small set.
Okay.
Yeah.
So has anyone seen the needle case that Andrea Mallory shows on her podcast? It's like a canvasy leather and it's got like a flap and it holds all of her chow goo. She has like 2 or 3 sets of chow goo interchangeables that fit into this one big thing.
Bluebird Box had something like that
And
that
it's
held her
like-
chow goose.
It's not inexpensive.
Well, no.
But she has all her interchangeables
So
accessible to her.
if you come up with that link, put it in the notes for us.
Yeah.
So we
'cause
can see that.
I looked it up and you know, it might be
Sorry.
something I put on my get it for myself Christmas list.
I have an idea from a friend of mine, but I'll have to look and find out what it is.
So
Yeah.
that's what my blue set was basically I got gift
Yeah.
cards for Christmas and
Yeah.
decided
And then that
was
blue
what
set, I
should-
might get that for my birthday.
Yeah.
Finding all reasons to buy more. But that's all I've got. Those are my acquisitions.
Okay.
So we'll probably post something about our trip to the Wild and Woolly, which comes
Yeah.
up pretty soon. And
And we're still talking about what we're gonna do for our own yarn retreat.
Just getting away.
Knitting retreat. Yep.
we're not going to be able to make it to solder this year. So for all our solder viewers who are heading up there, we'll miss you guys.
Have fun.
We look forward, maybe we'll see some podcasts come out of there from All the Yarn. She might be podcasting out of there this year. She joined us last year.
Ooh, I do have one more acquisition.
Jeez.
It's sort of knitting related. I got it for Christmas.
Oh,
All the stickers on my bottle. My husband got me from Ad Knits. It's on Etsy. They're all knitting related stickers. So
Oh, cool.
the squirrel is knitting. There's yarn. There's a mushroom, but the cap is in a yarn pattern design.
Oh, I see.
The fox is wearing a knitted hat.
And he's
They're
knitting.
knitted mountains.
Cute.
So fun.
cute.
Because
And what was the name of the spot again?
Ad Knits.
Ad Knits.
So those are all her stickers. And I must have talked about it so much that the knitter sticker there, my sister also got me for Christmas. So I have two.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, that was it. Very nice. So next podcast should be from Wild and Woolly, right? In theory, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, ladies.
Until then.
Thank you. Happy knitting. Bye.